Hurricane Helene has devastated North Carolina. Thousands of houses were swept away, water and the electricity grid were destroyed, and thousands of people remain unaccounted for. In the midst of the chaos, there's been opposing information on the federal response. We went to North Carolina to ask survivors if the government has helped them. FEMA?
I don't see him.
More than anything about politics, what emerged was a much deeper lesson about the people of Appalachia. Real quickly, if you want more independent news that sheds light on topics that big news won't, please subscribe. That is our mission with RocaNews. You live up on the mountain here?
Yeah, I live about, not even a mile. The only thing that saved us is that we're up on the mountain, but our street was wiped out and our roads are gone, and this was, that trailer was 2 football fields that way.
Is the government helping?
Do you see him? I don't see him.
FEMA?
I don't see him. I see Good Samaritan, like that. Now this is all toxic dust. People are like, send me a picture. This is my life. They're like, get out. We fucking live here. Our neighbors are gone. Neighborhoods. Families. They were pulling bodies out of trees. And like, yeah, you see a few guys in fucking army gear ride around every now and then. But no, they're not here. Someone was like, I saw they were there. And I was like, I'm here and I don't see them.
How's the government response been? Everyone's talking about FEMA, and you're
Great.
here. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been amazing, but it's just that this region is enormous. Western North Carolina, it's not just like one city.
Yeah.
And so some people are posting, where's FEMA? Where's FEMA? They're not here because they can't be everywhere at once. So they have big setup stations and they're going out into the areas, but they can't accomplish it all.
Yeah.
You know, the majority of people here have initially, at least in the first week or so, it's been neighbors banding together, clearing roads, because there's no possible way even a government organization can do all this. I drove by this road 2 days ago and it looked twice as bad as this, and people were just ordinary people just out here shoveling, moving mud, moving debris. So it's mostly been that.
That's inspiring.
Yeah, it's been incredible.
Yeah, I was, me and my husband wasn't camping out at the time, but I had some friends that was on the river, and I hope they are right. I haven't seen them because they found a lot of them dead floating down the river.
FEMA is part of the Department of Homeland Security. For Helene, it's giving out $750 to most hurricane-affected people to cover emergency expenses. We'll also cover temporary hotel accommodation for people who have lost their homes. Beyond that, it's unclear. Congress and the government allocate FEMA money which it can then spend to clear up disaster zones and help people rebuild. Another thing is the Asheville area is not in a flood zone, so most people did not have flood insurance, which means they are not covered by insurance. Does insurance cover this? Or?
So unfortunately, insurance does not cover it because we're not in a floodplain. It's not a flood zone. So insurance is not covering this.
In effect, people are on their own.
Go right down and look, boy, in his basement. It's 8 foot deep in his basement.
We can go back here?
Yeah, go in there.
Completely gutted. 8 feet of water, so up to here all the way.
See them rocks up yonder? That car come down through there. See that car?
Yeah.
That car up yonder? That washed down through there.
From here?
Yeah, that washed up through yonder. I would have never dreamed it would happen. Would have never dreamed it'd happen. But it happened.
Is the government here?
They ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't got money, you shit come out of it. You know what? I gotta get off my feet.
Is this your father?
Yeah, this is my dad. This is his home, and my mom. And my mom's over there.
How long have you lived here?
About 23 years.
23 years.
23 years.
He actually works at the Ingalls warehouse.
You're an immigrant, I'm guessing?
Too.
Yeah, but he has his citizenship.
But I mean,
they came from Mexico, and he got his citizenship.
how does that feel? I mean, to have, come here, own property, live in a beautiful part of the country, really accomplishing the American dream, and then to have a storm come through. I mean, how does that make you feel?
Very sad.
Very sad, obviously. Lots of years of work, coming here and being on your feet, owning a home. They owned this home. And then just for it all to get taken away in a few hours, minutes. FEMA is helping with a little bit of assistance, but it's going to be way more than that.
So what do you do?
So a lot of, we have a GoFundMe.
How are you handling that?
They're handling it pretty well. There's lots of support, family support, and we're helping. And luckily, they had some savings too. But like I said, that was savings for retirement, obviously. But we're gonna use that to remodel, and just get back on our feet.
Yeah. How about the government response?
I haven't really seen a whole lot of government response, to be honest with you. I mean, I haven't seen any FEMA things. I haven't seen any government things. At least not where I am. You'll see occasionally 3 or 4 military guys walking around, but it's mostly down here, and I'm not really sure what they're doing. There's no real purpose.
It's worth noting that the area around Asheville is one of the least accessible places in the country. Many communities are in remote areas with single roads in and out. Those roads were destroyed, complicating relief efforts regardless of the job the government is doing. Most people told us that they are on their own. They've gotten $750 from FEMA, but they are relying on their own families and volunteers, including many Baptists from nearby southern states, to help out.
Biltmore Baptist Church, they had a screenshot and a phone number, and this volunteer group cut up all the trees, left us the firewood, and cleared our driveway, made it accessible for us.
And remember, this is Appalachia, a rugged area where people are not too fond of the government. One thing we kept hearing is that people didn't expect, and many didn't even want, the government's help. It was them versus the world.